Hey, what's up, fam? Back with another video. I think this is the third one this week, so I'm kind of on a hot streak. I guess you can say things are getting pretty serious. Anyways, this is me warming up for deadlifts, and as you can probably guess, this is my deadlift day, and I'll make a more in-depth video in the future about my full warm-up routine, or spoiler alert, lack of one. But for now, let's just get to the workout. What you just saw there was I did 135 for 5 reps, 225 for 3 reps, and then finally that was 315 for a double. Now on to the working set. What we have on the plate today is 5 sets of 5 sets of 5 reps with 365 pounds. And this is the first time I'm doing, well, not the first time, but I've been building my way up to do more volume work with deadlifts. I came from a background with of Ripperto style programming, such as starting strength and Texas method, where when you do deadlifts, you really only work up to one heavy top set of 5, and that's it. And that worked great. That worked for a really long time, but then eventually it didn't. So I needed to. Eventually, you just have to do more volume, more reps, more sets, more frequency, whatever, to be able to get better at a particular lift. So over time, I just started adding more back off sets, adding a secondary deadlift day, with just a bunch of singles with like around 75%. And now I've built my way up to doing full volume work with deadlifts. That was my second set there. It was kind of a little bit sloppy. But the great thing about doing multiple sets, this many sets, is that after each set, you can go back and look at your footage, and immediately for the next set, you can tell yourself, you can figure out what you need to do to make it better. As opposed to doing something like fewer sets but more reps, I find that what happens then is that I just, when you're already in a set, you're just gonna keep doing what you're doing. You know, you're not really going to make any adjustments because you can't really tell. You have no feedback. So after you finish the set, then you can walk away from the bar and come back at it fresh, and try to incorporate some new ideas or cues or whatever. So one cue that works for me really well for leg drive is to try to push my heels into the ground and try to push my feet out and forward. By thinking of pushing my feet out, I get my knees to track with my toes, and then by thinking of pushing it forward, I kind of pull backwards. So I pull the bar really close to me, and I pull backwards, and I don't let the bar drift too far away from me. And I like to use liquid grip. It's most gyms that I've been to don't allow real chalk. So the liquid chalk works great because it doesn't clog up the knurling on the bar. And you can see me set up here. You can see when I like to pull myself into position, the bar actually bends a little bit. And I don't like to use like a rip and grip style. I like to be really methodical, especially for sumo. If I don't get myself into the right position, the weight just feels more heavy than it needs to. So yeah, I also like to pack my lats on, like as if somebody's trying to tickle my armpits. I like to pull them down, and as you can see, I have no problem. I never really had a problem with any backgrounding, and I think that's due in part to being really on top of trying to keep my lats tight, and also some accessory exercises, which I'll get to in a bit. But anyways, moving on to the secondary exercise. High bar squats. I've been training exclusively low bar for a long time, but I'm starting to incorporate high bar squats again, and they feel a little bit awkward. This is nothing heavy, just 4 sets of 6 with 255 pounds. Again, I could have done 3 sets of 8 and get the same amount of volume, but for more technical lifts like that, I like to do more sets and less reps. And then moving on to Romanian deadlifts, which is one of the exercises that I feel is really great for the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower back, everything. I like to use a wider grip so that I don't have to stand on a deficit, so I can go a little bit lower without the plates hitting the floor. And I don't reset each rep because I feel like I train my normal deadlifts from a dead stop, right? Completely reset after each rep. So I feel like by having an exercise that keeps constant tension on my muscles, kind of fills in the gaps from that kind of training. That's what I like to do with my accessory exercises. They have to be similar enough that they have carryover, but different enough that they can fill in the gaps. And then you just saw me do some barbell rows there. That's another exercise that I feel is just awesome for back strength and core tightness overall, because you're kind of bent over in that position and you just really have to isometrically hold yourself. Hold your spine really neutral. And then just moving on to the small stuff here. You just saw me do some calf presses. I'm doing some leg curls. Nothing fancy. And then for ab work, I've been messing around with these. I don't really like crunches. They're kind of boring to me, so I've been messing around with this. I just really try to force myself to brace my core the same way that I do when I squat or deadlift, but then move my body through a difficult range of motion. And then I tried the standing up one, and then I tried the kneeling one, but with my arms going a little bit further, and they kind of feel pretty similar to me. So I don't know which one I'm going to stick with, but I definitely do like this ab wheel contraption thing. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you next time.